Who is Jesus? A question that has been asked for hundreds and thousands of years. So many answers, so many perspectives, so many different takes on this one guy that, even if you would not call yourself a Christian, changed the world as we know it. Let's explore a little bit more about the nature of Jesus Christ from a Christian point of view, and if he came, why he came, and what was his purpose when being here, what was his character and nature when being here, what did he accomplish for you and I. Who is Jesus? Well, last week we looked at his eternal nature and his divine nature. He is God. And we also looked at his personal nature, that he's always existed, but it's a him. And we get to know him. One of the most powerful things is that Jesus stepped into humanity. He became creation. See, every other tale will tell about kings sending their people to war for them. Yet Christianity will tell a history of a king who went to war for his people. He laid down his crown and stepped into the pages wearing rags to come and save and rescue you and I. He became flesh. Why? Well, Philippians 2, verses 6 and 7 will say, though he was God, he did not think of equality with God as something so special to cling to. Instead, he gave up his divine privileges. We're going to come back to that. He took the humble position of a slave and was born as a human being. Jesus didn't want to stay in heaven while you and I couldn't be in relationship with him. He became creation. But something significant to remember is that while Jesus was a man, he was still fully God. Some people will preach that he laid aside his deity. He let go of being God. Yet the verse very clearly says he let go of his divine privileges, which is so humbling, so amazing. What does that mean, divine privileges? Some ways of describing God are saying that he is omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. And this is what Jesus let go of when he was God. Omnipotent means all powerful. There is nothing our God cannot do. Yet when Jesus came down, he let go of that. That is why he was hungry. That is why he was thirsty. That is why he got tired by the well in John 4. And that is why he eventually was able to die for you and I. He let go of being omnipotent. He let go of being omnipresent. See, our God is everywhere at once. Jesus was everywhere at once in his full glorified, deified self. Yet when he came down to earth, he was in one place at one time, submitted to the limits of humanity. He was limited to the Middle East, and he traveled by foot often from town to town. He let go of his omnipresence. And the final thing he let go of was his omniscience. See, our God is an all-knowing God. There is nothing our God does not know. Yet when Jesus Christ came down, in Luke chapter 2, it says he grew in wisdom and knowledge. There were things he didn't know as a child. There were things he didn't know as a teenager. In fact, in Matthew 24, it says that only God knows the end times, not the angels in heaven, not even the Son of Man. While Jesus was a human, he did not know when the last day was going to be. This is how far Jesus came down, and he let go of those privileges for you and I. Why would he let go of those privileges? Why would he do that? Well, in John chapter 1 that we've been looking through, it gives us some interesting perspective when it said that the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. And now we've seen his glory, Jesus' glory as of the only one of God, catch this, full of grace and truth. Full of grace and truth. Why did Jesus step down into humanity? Why did the author put himself onto the pages of the book? Why would you do this? Because he wanted to bring grace and truth to our world. See, our world desperately needs the grace of Jesus Christ, the undeserved favor of the one true God. And when Jesus came down, see, some people are thinking Jesus is angry at me, he's upset, he's annoyed I don't go to church enough, he's annoyed I don't give enough, he's annoyed I stumbled and dropped the ball last week. My God is full of grace. Now, He doesn't enable sin. He's not allowing us to go and live life however we want. But friends, please hear me, when you stumble, and we all do, Jesus is there with a hand stretched out, full of grace, saying, can I help you back up? Jesus came full of grace and truth on a rescue mission to save the world.